So to continue with our discussion, so we already know the 4 levels. Once again, the personal, the inner, social, peace with nature, and peace with the Creator, the Supreme Being. So we move on. So in this diagram, when you talk about the levels of peace, nasa gitna, it would start from within. Kaya nga, kailangan yung self-respect, the inner resources like love and hope, nandyan within. So that we'll be able to experience peace. Then, it would radiate to others. Kaya respect for others with justice, tolerance, and cooperation. Then, radiate naman to the global aspect. The intergroup, the national social, the social self. At saka hanggang palawak ng palawak yan. Peace between humans and the earth and beyond. And of course, kasalian ang ating the Creator of everything, our Lord. So, these are the levels of peace. The 4. Then, according to the UNICEF, we are familiar with the United Nations, for education for children. Education, peace education is the process of promoting the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values needed to bring out behavior change that will enable children, youth, and adults to prevent conflict and violence, both overt and structural, to resolve conflict peacefully, and to create the conditions conducive to peace, whether at international, intergroup, national, as well as the international level. That's according to the UNICEF. That's why sinabi na natin na mayroon ng CMO, Integrating Peace Education, in all the curriculum from primary, secondary, and tertiary. Teaching this or promoting the knowledge, the skills, attitudes, and values na kinakailangan to have a change of behavior. The children, the youth, kasali tayong mga adult. Okay. Johan Galtung also said that peace education is a pedagogical effort to create a world at peace, and by peace, we mean more than an absence of violence. And that's a negative peace. So alam natin the previous slide. That's according to Galtung, the father of peace education in the world. Betty Reardon, an Australian woman, a peace educator, peace advocate, also contributed. She said, peace is an attempt to promote the development of an authentic planetary consciousness that will enable us to function as global citizens and to transform the present human conditions by changing the social structures and patterns of thought that have created it. And transformational imperative must be at the center both in knowledge and in values. That's according to Betty Reardon as educator. Once again, sabi dito, development authentic planetary consciousness and able to function as global citizens. So, noon, very exclusive tayo, na atin-atin lang. But now, because of the modern world nowadays, we are part of this global citizen. So, that's a challenge to all of us. Then, Reardon, as peace educator, has made this contribution and defines the violence as humanly inflicted harm. Then may mga level yan siya, like direct, structural, economic, as well as ecological. Then in the personal, for example, suicide, drug abuse, powerlessness, structural, alienation, low self-esteem. Then sa interpersonal, nandoon pa rin domestic violence, the crimes, the national, the civil war. Okay? Sana hindi mangyayari sa atin, no? Then the violent crimes, the human rights, then the conventional war, the global, nuclear war, human rights abuses. So ngayon, may gera sa ibang bansa, but as global citizen, we are all affected with this conflict, with this war. Kaya nga, mahal na masyado ang gasolina. So, yun and the rest. So, mabasa man ninyo, kayo na lang magbasa. So, that's according to Reardon. Then, there are assumptions of peace education. So, what are these assumptions? in promotion of peace education that is founded in universal values and attitudes which is related to human rights. Alam natin yan. At alam natin ang issue din ng human rights in our country. Your idol before, our leader before, may problema sa human rights. Kaya nandoon na siya sa international, sa ICC. Then another assumption, democracy. Then cooperation and social and solidarity, preservation of cultures, internationalization, protection of the environment, spirituality. So these are the basic assumptions when we talk about peace education. So we move on. There are also approaches and methodologies in teaching peace education na ginagawa na natin, ginagawa na ninyo in your seminars, in your lectures, nagagawa na rin ito. Like for example, cooperative and collaborative learning. Sa amin sa schools yun palaging ginagawa in peace education subject and other subjects integrating peace na may action palagi ang mga bata. Then critical pedagogy, dapat mag-iisip sila. Bigyan mo ng senaryo, isosolve nila. Then inquiry methodology or problem solving. Then emphasis on conceptual framework, which is kayo alam na alam niyo ito. Then conflict analysis and responses, as men and women in uniform, alam din ninyo yan at ginagamit din ninyo. Yun yung mga methods or approaches in teaching peace education. Then civil society participation. That's also very, very important. Although sa iyo, sa hanay ninyo, nakapaloob doon sa mga prisoners, ang inyong mga tauhan, pero hindi naman lahat. Because you have also the project outside, the civil society. Kaya nga, pwede mo siya hingian ng tulong. Kaya nga, that's part of the approaches or methodologies in teaching peace education. Now, around the world, there are some nations na binabanggit dito kung anong focus nila sa peace education. Like in Japan, peace education is limited and defined as atomic bomb education. And why? Nagasaki, Hiroshima, yung bomba, atomic bomb, maraming patay. So yan, kaya nakafocus sila doon sa peace education. Na sana hindi na mangyayari. In Australia, peace education emphasizes on combating racism. Kasi grabe yan sa kanila. The ethnocentrism. Na kami lang, kultura namin ang tama, dapat masusunod kami. Then violent behavior. And on one hand, advocating cultural diversity, eliminating nuclear weapons and resolving conflict. So yun yung focus ng peace education in Australia. In South America naman, peace education is preoccupied with violence, structural violence, like human rights, security, economic equality, because of the widespread poverty and of the people and that people experience in that area. Diba? Sa South America, pobre man din sila doon. Kung pobre man tayo, pero doon may iba doon na mas pobre pa kaysa sa atin. Then in United States, peace education program revolve around prejudice, discrimination, violence, environmental issues. Because of this are the pressing issues and concerns of the people in America. Kaya inyong focus nila. Okay? Discrimination kaya doon, di ba malakas yung human hates, Asian hates. Grabe discrimination yun. Noon din, di ba, yung between black and white. Grabe yun, discrimination between black and white. And of course, ngayon, environmental issues. Yun yung problema. The next is in Cameroon, where the country's leadership adopted the introduction of citizenship, education, and democracy. In the schools and colleges with main objective in resolving the frequent inter-ethnic conflicts in the country. So yun, grabe yan sila doon. Then, their leaders believe that effective education studies and citizenship education should develop greater social cohesion and prevent an instant conflict in the country, which may adversely affect the entire Central African sub-region. So, ito yung problema din sa kanila. Kaya nga may focus sila doon ito yung focus nila sa peace education. What about in our land, the Philippines? What's our focus? Kaya nga, transformative peace education, sabi natin with our topic. Kaya in the Philippines, peace education is centered on peace negotiation, ceasefire agreements between the government and the revolutionary groups like MILF, NPA, Communist Party of the Philippines. Bro, bakit hindi nakasali ang MNLF? Kasi meron naman, natapos naman yung the 1996 Tripoli Agreement, but until today, may hindi rin nasatisab kasi hindi daw na sa katuparan. Kaya nga hindi nakasali dito. But the MILF, may agreement na, may peace negotiation na, di ba? Remember the FAB, the Framework Agreement, nagiging comprehensive rin, naging CAV, naging yes to ball. And now, it's implemented in the BARM. So, happy tayo dyan. Hindi naman perfect kasi this is more on politics. Kaya nga within now, may problema within the BARM. At alam din natin yon. Kaya nga subaybayan, this coming September, matuloy na yung election. Then, subaybayan din doon this coming 2028 kung anong mangyayari. Pero sana, the peace process continues, peace negotiation will continue kung magkalabo-labo man. Kasi yun lang kailangan sa peace education. Ayaw na natin ng gulo, ayaw natin ng away, ayaw natin na ilang buhay na mawala. Okay? So yun dapat na mangyayari sa atin. NPA, may negotiation ba? May ceasefire ba? I think wala pa negotiation, no? During the time of your idol, na-stop yung negotiation. I don't know ngayon kung ano nang nangyari, may negotiation ba? I think mayroon naman siguro, pero hindi natin alam because nag-i-exist pa rin sila. What about the other terrorist group? May negotiation ba? May problema. The Maute, Jamaah Islamiyah, and the rest of the group, the terrorist group, nandyan pa rin yan sila ngayon. Siguro naghanap lang ng anong hinahanap nila? Na ibang makapasok sila. And we do not know. Nandyan pa rin yan. Kaya nga, because of that ideology, sinasabi nga, you cannot kill an ideology with a bullets, but you can kill an ideology with higher ideologies. Kaya nga, like the NPA and the other terrorist group, pag may offer ka dyan na mas magandang ideology, susunod na yan. And I think nakita ko, one of which is peace education. Na talagang by heart, kung malalaman nila ito, and I think maiwasan na yung tinatawag nating culture of violence. Kung may na-educate na sila sa kapayapaan. Okay? So, it also tackles structural violence. Grabe may structural violence ngayon. Is poverty structural violence? I think yes. Because of this mali-malitang pera. Kung saan na yon, I won. Kayo may alam siguro kayo, mga kabaro. What happened? Is this a drama? Parang drama din, no? Yung mga ex-marines na yun, ang dalawa doon, mga military. Tapos yung tinanong, bakit nakasali si De Lima? Nasa bilangguan during the time, bakit may mali-maleta? Sabi de Balikod, nagkamali lang ako. Sabi naman yung isang marines na, hindi naman talaga maleta, paper bag lang man yon, or baka ampaw lang yon. So we do not know, is that a drama? Yun yung subaybayan natin. Okay? That's part of peace education na dapat ituro din sa kanila. Si Marcos, our president, di ba, alaman ninyo, siya yung nagpa-open sa flood control, the issues. Ngayon lahat binalik sa kanya. Okay? Binalik sa kanya. Si Romales, kawatan yan. Grabe talaga. Yan si Bangag. Lahat-lahat na. Why not? Sa peace kasi, i-balance. Tingnan mo din sa kabilang panig. Kaya nga, in a coin, there are always two sides. The hari at saka patay. So sa peace, yun yung tinitingnan. Huwag ka lang magpakamatay sa isang side. Okay? So, yun yung pinakapunto dyan. Kaya nga, economic inequality, papasok yan. Maliban sa human rights violence, na alam ninyo din yan, na ang inyong idol nandoon na, hinaharap itong kaso na ito against itong human rights. Then, social discrimination. Grabe man din yan, no, sa atin. Okay? Discrimination, especially the marginalized, yung sinabi ko sa inyo, especially to the IPs. Kaya nga ngayon may bill naman, 611, 607 na bill na nag-alboruto ngayon ng mga kapatid nating IPs. Kasi parang nagka-problema, especially may IPRA law nga sila. Pero that IPRA law parang hanggang sa libro man lang, hindi man na-implement. And that's also the problem. Okay? That's the marginalized, sila yun. Okay. So yun yung an example sa mga country teaching peace. So we move on. So there are views, theoretical views on peace education. The first is the interactionist. They believe that like many other things, peace education starts at home, developed through socialization or interaction with significant person in one's life. That's the view of this interactionist. Kaya nga, as a view, pwede nating may apply din. Napansin ninyo, in your family, in our family, di ba? Pag maganda yung pamamalakad mo sa pamilya, maganda yung resulta ang mga anak. Okay? Then, pag makikita yan sa kapitbahay, grabing impression. Oh, kasi ang bait-bait ng daddy, ang bait-bait ni ama, ni ina. Kaya ang mga anak, ang bait-bait, naging professional sila lahat. Pero pag sabog yan, ang problema, lumalaki. So, sabi nga, peace education starts at home. Yun yung challenge din sa atin. Na pamilyado, mag-upisa talaga yan. And it will radiate. Okay? To the outside world. Gets? Then the functions naman, functional perspective, believes that the school plays a crucial role in attaining peace from personal level to the global. Then education has a huge role to play in promoting the ideas of peace, freedom, and social justice. Kaming mga peace educator, yun yung trabaho namin. Pero minsan, hindi kagaya nung unang panahon. In our time, yung mga 40s dito, naabutan ninyo yan, na ang teacher, talagang second parent sila. Pero ngayon, parang ang teacher, parang ano naman siguro, parang karton, parang ano na lang kami doon? Anway. Ang bata, konting pagalitan mo lang, magsumbong sa nanay, sa tatay, ang mga nanay, tatay, konsentidor, isumbong kay Tulfo, kawawa kaming mga teacher. Alam natin yan. That's really the scenario now. So kaya nga, ang peace education sa school sana malaking crucial role. Pero problema nga, mas powerful naman tuloy ang mga kabataan, mga estudyante ngayon. Hindi ka na pwedeng mangurot. Unlike during our time, diba? Kurutin ka sa singit. Okay? Para madisiplina ka. Pero ngayon, kahit na salita man lang verbal, lagot kaming mga teacher. Nasaan ang hustisya? Nasaan ang kapayapaan? But that's according to this view. Dapat sa school talaga yung malaking role to attain peace. Pero sana naman, kahit na ganon, tuloy-tuloy pa rin kami to educate peace. And that's also kayo, mga men and women in uniform. Tulungan din niyo kami. Kasi kayo mang nakakaalam, kayo din nakakaangat din. At saka ang dami kayong alam din. Magtulungan tayo. Okay? Then, conflict perspective, asserted role of education in promoting solidarity, peace, and harmony in one of the great self-illusions of education. Solidarity, peace, and harmony is one of the great self-illusions. That's in conflict. Kasi nowadays, you are surrounded with problems. Pero kung magkaisa tayo, yung solid tayo. Halimbawa, kung totoo itong mali-malita, kung magkaisa tayo, dapat makita muna natin ebidensya, hindi lang sa social media. Kung totoo ba talaga yon? Kung kailan nyo nag-umpisa yung flood control? Hindi lang natin ibuntong dito sa kabila ngayon sa present administration. Yun yung peace pangningin. I-balance lang. Okay? Kaya nga ngayon with this conflict, promoting solidarity, may isa kaming paris, Father Villanueva, Flavio Villanueva, grabing pangbabas. Hindi ka kasi, anong klase, demonyo ka, paggamit ka ng demonyo, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Pero para sa kanya, may perspective din siya. Part of it, ito yung way ko na makatulong. Kung may mali man siya, well, tao lang din siya. Pero ang problema, sobra-sobra na yung iba. Adik kasi yan, kaya nga ganito, ganyan. Kita nyo, adik nga siya, inamin niya. Kaya nga siya yung nakakaramdam sa mga biktima na yung patayan na yun dahil nga nagkataon na naging pari siya. Pero sobra-sobra naman yun na panglalait. But well, tuloy-tuloy pa rin siya. And that's more on this. Dapat we have to promote solidarity, peace, and harmony with each other. Then the next view is critical perspective. Peace education is a tool Western countries use to cover up with injustices and oppression they have caused the world, especially to the world countries. Ayan. Ang Amerika gusto mo mag-superpower, so nagkalabo-labo tuloy para ipakita na ganito. Di ba noon, ginira nilang Iraq, then magpadala siyang humanitarian aid, ginira pa nila para to cover up injustices. Kaya nga yung iba, basta, tayo na ano tayo sa Western education, ayaw na natin yan, ganyan-ganyan. But anyway, that's a view on peace education. Then there are principles and values peace education na nagpa-picture man sa akin pala sa Aramina. So first is, one can resolve conflict and thus make peace unless the root cause of conflict are identified and dealt with. So, if you want peace, the root cause dapat i-address ito. Okay? Then second, na another nagpa-picture, si Miss Grand International, si Nikki. Sabi dito sa principle na ito, it is possible to resolve conflict and attain peace unless attention is given to justice. So, you know this already, as I mentioned in the previous slide, sabi ko, peace and justice should go hand in hand. If you want peace, there must be justice. Then people's different need are totally incompatible. So we all know that we are unique. Wala tayong pareho kahit na identical twin yan. But kung ang senaryo ganon, hindi tayo incompatible, what will we do? So therefore, we have to meet at the center. We have to compromise. Okay, compromise. Kayon bang sinabi na Stephen Covey na win-win solution? Nanalo siya, nanalo tayo, so meet at the center. So yun yung isang principle. The next is the conflict resolution and therefore peacemaking involves a restructuring of relationship. Kung may problema, pag-usapan, may conflict, pag-usapan. And if there is a need to restructure one's relationship, maganda. Napansin siguro ninyo, wala namang perpektong pamilya. Pag mag-away, sobrang away, pero pag nag-usap, then if there is a need to restructure one's relationship, ang ganda. Kaya sinasabi, love is sweeter in the second way around. Tama ba? Tama ba ako or may tama kayo? Okay, sige, we move on. So, we have the culture of peace. I-fast-track natin ito. Kasi ito yung tatalakayan siguro sa susunod na kasama ko about the culture of peace, but hapyaw lang. So according to Sui Hin and Kawagas, Virginia Kawagas, magpartner ito sila, mag-asawa na sila ngayon. They define culture of peace, cultivates and promotes values, attitudes, understanding, action, and practices for building individuals, families, communities, nation, and the world in general. Cultivating values, attitudes, understandings. Yun yung ayon kay To Sui Hin. Then, we have a seminar before, nagkaroon kami ng definition in Kidapawan, yung panagtagbo sa kalinaw. We also define peace. Sinasabi, which is related to what To Sui Hin wrote. It is a state to enjoy the wholeness of life, with every person to live in dignity, to have an atmosphere where there is an appreciation and respect for integrity of all persons, and is the way of life that promotes the well-being of human beings regardless of different cultural backgrounds and history, where groups of people grow in dignity, self-determination, service, and solidarity with fellow human beings. So yun yung na-define sa culture of peace in our seminar with that panagtagbo sa kalinaw kutong dito mi sa Kidapawan. Pero this is documented kaya nga sinishare ko din sa inyo, which is related also to the definition of Suihin. By the way, ito yung si Dr. Suihin. Ito siya, the founder of Peace Education in the Philippines. He is a Canadian-Malaysian na nanggaling. So ito talaga isang nag-introduce sa gig teacher namin siya when I was in Notre Dame University. And he introduced the 6 petals. Ang 6 petals na ito na yun siya pang maliitan. Militarization, structural violence, human rights, cultural solidarity, environmental care, and personal peace. Ito yung pang maiksi. Pero the United Nations, ito yung ina-adapt. Yung tinatawag nating the 6 petals. So, the militarization, sabi dito, dismantling the culture of war. Medyo peaceful. Structural violence, living with compassion and justice. Diba? Mas peaceful siya. Then, promoting human rights and social responsibility. Yun yung human rights. Then, building intercultural solidarity. Kaya nga, peaceful building intercultural solidarity. Then, living harmony with the environment. Yung environmental care. Then, the last one is cultivating inner peace, yung personal peace. So, yun yung 6 petals, okay, or elements, or issues when we talk about peace education or the culture of peace. So, the dismantling of our example of this is including competitive games, social media ngayon, kabataan natin, problema, gender oppression. Okay. Tingnan nito ha, gender oppression. Defense depending, oppressive security, then ito din, the sales of toys. Kaya nga, the toys, the guns, the knives, the violent games. So, yun yung bantayan din natin sa ating kabataan. Baka magiging destructive yung ating mga anak. Then, the human rights, alam na alam yan ninyo. Then, the environmental care. We are all stewards of God's creation. Kaya nga, as steward, we have our responsibility. We have our responsibility to help, to repair back ang mga sinisira sa environment. Kaya nga, I remember Jenna Lopez, Secretary ng DENR na hindi pumasa kasi grabe yung pagmamahal niya sa environment. The mining, kita natin yon. Pero hindi siya pumasa during dumaan sa Senado at saka Kongreso. Why? Kasi ang may nagmamayari ng mining, mga senador at saka mga congressman man. Buhay-buhay. Illegal logging, legal logging. Yun yung problema. Okay? So, what is happening to our environment nowadays? Because of us. Kaya nga ngayon, tag-init, summertime, grabe ng init. But when we're still young and handsome, di ba? Hindi ganito kainit. Kasi may mga punong kahoy pa. Ngayon, sa mga bundok-bundok, mga subdivision na makikita mo. Kaya nga yung sa Cebu. First, yun, I studied in Cebu. Wala pa yung baha-baha noon ngayon. Kasi ang bundok, ginawang subdivision. Wala na mga kahoy. Pag ulan, wash out sila lahat. Sinasabi natin, gabaan na sila, kaya nga nung gikuan. But well, that's the problem of our environment now. So we have to take care, once again, our environment. Intercultural solidarity, that's also a challenge to all of us. And why? Hindi natin maliitin yung ating mga IPs. Okay? I think in Mindanao, there are 18 IPs. Sige, we move on. Of course, harnessing inner peace. We have to evaluate our own physical, emotional, and spiritual states as well as the interplay between the micro and the macro conflict so that we'll be able to attain the so-called peace. Yung mga hang-ups natin, mga luggages natin, baggages natin, iwanan na yun. Okay? Mag-move on tayo so that we will be able to attain inner peace. Kaya sabi, peace starts from within. So in Mindanao, that's why we need culture of peace. We need peace education. Because of this, tri-people yung tawag according to Tri-Commission, the Lumad, the Aborigine, the natives, indigenous people, sila talaga yung mga tao sa Mindanao, whether we like it or not. Sila yung nauna. Then the Moro, Islamized na, because before they were Lumad, then dumating Islamic missionaries, nagiging Muslim, kaya Islamized. And of course, kami, isa ako doon, mga settlers, mga Christian, mga ninuno ko galing Cebu, pinapunta dito, punta sa Mama Sapano, to the Pikit, yan, dumadami din kami. So, sabi nga, dapat ang BARM ngayon, it should not be exclusive, but it is inclusive for the IPs, for the Moro, and for us Christians. We have to coexist. We have to live hand in hand. Hawak kamay, walang iwanan. Sana malinaw yan. Kaya nga kailangan peace education na culture of peace. Ito na nga yung mga IPs natin. Itong nakasulat na itim, ito na yung 18 tribes, 18 IPs in Mindanao lang. Yung iba hindi nakasali dito kasi sa NCIP hindi pa yata, like yung sa South UP na mga IPs wala pa yun sila. Then kung saan matatagpuan, ito na yan. Okay? Then dito sa atin sa BARM, marami dito ang Tiduray, Damanobo. Okay? Doon naman South Cotabato, Datibuli, Diblaan. Okay, sige. So the Moro, there are also 13 tribes, the Islamized. Ayan. Do they need also culture of peace or peace education? Yes, of course. And why? These 13 tribes, labo-labo din yan. Kanya-kanya din yung may problema din sila. Kanya-kanyang pasikat, kanya-kanyang paghampambog. Kami talaga yung matatapang, kami yung nakipaglaban, pupunta dito sa pagpunta dito sa mga mananakop sa atin, hindi ka talaga kami, sabi naman Mindanao. Sabi naman, pag sure, kami lumaban na kayo, sabi naman ng Iranon. Kaya nga, during our discussion sa mga pulis, magtawanan na lang kami. Kanya-kanya. Kami talagang takusog, kami talagang matatapang. Puro matapang. Pero yung iba dyan, kinawawa. Ang Badjaw, dapat pagtuunan ng pansin, kinawawa. Kasi nationwide din yan sila. Pero nanghihingi. Pero buti na lang, sabi nga nila, ang Badjaw, marami ng good job. That's a joke, pero kailangan nga ang peace education and culture of peace para lahat maiangat. If there is development, there is peace. So in the Philippines, mayroon ding na-introduce headed by Bishop Ledesma in Cagayan de Oro about the framework towards peace and the culture of peace in order to combat the culture of violence. Na pare-pareho lang din sa binanggit ni Six Petals nito Suihin. Like personal and family, human rights and democracy, poverty eradication, intercultural understanding, solidarity, disarmament and cessation of hostilities, environmental protection. If you notice that one, nag-iba lang ang wordings, pero pareho pa rin sa Six Petals. But may dinagdag dito the values na dapat titingnan din. Spirituality, justice, compassion, dialogue, non-active violence, then the stewardship, especially in the environment. So, ganun din ang tinutumbok. Then, to conclude this talk, peace education is not an easy task to accomplish. The success of doing it relies heavily on the content and the progress of teaching peace. Totoo yan. Sabi ko nga sa mga estudyante ko na kumukuha ng peace education, sabi ko, matatanda na kami. Ituloy ninyo ito kahit na minsan may problema. Kasi pag walang tutuloy, pag walang magpursigi na ituro itong peace education, mamamatay ito, magkakagulo din. Mas lalo. So, yun. But by the way, hindi lang namin trabaho yan. Tulungan ninyo kaming mga peace educator. Especially kayong men and women in uniform. Kasi malaki ang ginagampanan din ninyo na papel. If you want peace, you have to teach peace. Sabi natin in the previous slide. Then, peace education addresses of the most difficult human dilemmas. How can people live in peace? Especially now in Iran versus America and Israel. Diba? May problema. How can they live in peace? Pero sana naman, mag-usap sila. Yung pride kasi ng ibabaw. Kaya, biblically, may mga prophecies na nangyari sa social media, makita na din yan. Pero sana naman, hindi yan kakalat sa buong mundo kasi kawawa tayong lahat. Kaya nga, we need peace education. Then, throughout this past century, peace educators have created academic content, practical skills, peaceful pedagogies that could help the citizens of the world produce peace. In spite of this effort, not all schools and colleges embrace the study of peace, which is true. Kaya nga ako personally, I'm happy na in the Philippines, only Cotabato State University, we offer peace education, Bachelor of Arts in Peace Education sa undergrad. We have also the Master of Arts in Peace Education. We have a Doctor of Philosophy major in Peace and Development. Kaya nga si General Concepcion, our alumnus, he can attest to that, na at least only in Cotabato State University na may ganon. Kasi nakita namin, kaya nga, trabaho din namin, lahat. Kaya ngayon sa amin, may integration na of peace education in all the programs in our institution. Ang MSU, mayroon na rin silang peace education, maganda. But the rest of the colleges, universities, and the other academic sector, wala pa rin. Sa DepEd, di ba, may nakakita lang natin na this school is a zone of peace. Pero pagtatanong yung mga bata, kung may seminar ba, mga teacher, was-nos, walang alam. Kaya nga, problema talaga. Kaya nga, mga sirs, mga moms, mga men and women in uniform, magtulungan tayo. I hope you learn something with this parang a sort of review of this talk. According to Mother Teresa, we ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. Kaya nga sinasabi, please do your own part. As well as kami, we have to do our own part in teaching peace, in combating the culture of violence. Kaya nga, we can make a difference. And with that, my dear moms and sirs, once again, thank you very much. Thank you, Major Saging. And thank you to General Concepcion for inviting me as your speaker. Pero subaybayan natin, baka may face-to-face pa tayo. Or you can invite me anywhere. Diyan, punta tayo sa Zamboanga. Mas maganda. Kasi magandang face-to-face. Kasi magmamagic tayo with all yung collaborative learning. Mas maganda sana. But well, I hope you learned something. I am your friend. I am Brother Joe Ars Alferez, a member of the Order Descalz Carmelites. God bless everyone. Dalaygon ang Diyos.